hiking, okay? It's not for the hiking.
Fuck, Charlie, what the fuck, man?
Our guest, Chad, or as many of you know him as Ginger with a GoPro, is a true force of nature. Capturing the essence of life through the lens of a camera, this 30-year-old digital nomad has traveled to over 43 countries, documenting unforgettable moments for brands and organizations. With an impressive following on Instagram and TikTok, Chad's impact reaches millions monthly. His company, wildginger.com, specializes in creating memorable content. Chad's visionary storytelling and immense talent has left an undeniable mark. Let's do it.
Guys, can I just say, imagine, now we've been speaking cuck for the last, literally, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And now the podcast starts and it's like, oh, God, we don't really know what to talk about.
Crickets. No, but
yes, we've got some questions, but, let's just also, talk a bit of cuck.
no, but this is it. I didn't say the questions. Oh, tell us when
Oh, my word. I was reading those questions. I had to phone, my PA.
Yeah.
And, my mom and sister and be like, guys, what are my hidden talents?
No, stop it.
Well, I was everything I do, I put out on social media. So, whatever you say, hey, Chad, what are your hidden... I don't know how you're going to ask it, but I'm like...
So you
oh my
called
God.
your mom to ask
I'm
her?
like, Mom, what are my hidden talents? She goes, well, you've got none.
That's not
I'm joking.
true.
She didn't say that. I do have hidden talents, and I'm very excited to share them with the world.
When I asked the question.
If it ever comes.
Okay, so I'm very excited to have you on the podcast. This is going to be a great episode, guys. Very good episode.
Listen, I'm very excited to be here. Told you, didn't sleep last night.
Yeah.
And what a lovely house.
It is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to get you to read about the house so you can do my advertising.
Oh, that's the paid advertising sponsor. And
You'll
welcome
do
to
it.
Bingley Palace.
Bingley House.
And welcome to Bingley House.
So you were saying to me you were at Willoughby's yesterday. I was there.
What did you eat?
I
What's your
did
go-to?
4x4.
Okay, mine is...
Do you even know what the 4x4 is?
I do. I feel like people do always order it. It's obviously the sushi.
Yes,
It's
it
a-
has prawns.
Okay,
So you're not allowed to eat that.
well, some
Okay.
would think I'm not allowed to eat it, but it's just too good not to eat. It's like
I agree.
I order the prawn, the tempura bomb. Have you had that? It's when the tails are on the side.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, listen, it's better.
Is it spicy?
No, but it's got the avo, it's got the rice, it's got the
Okay.
crispy onions. Can I show you a
okay.
picture?
Yeah.
Of course, I took a picture. But if you say to me, Chad, we're having a prawn bra, and you've got those little creatures with the two black eyes and the tentacles and all that stuff.
Looking at you.
And then you've got your mate who's shucking this whole thing. And you're like, brew, I can't even peel this thing because I can't touch it.
So I got food poisoning from a prawn pasta.
Oh, yeah, this is... Oh,
Yeah. So let's not talk about prawns.
okay, just look at this for a sec.
Okay, well-
Surely you've seen that before.
Yes, I have. But I haven't eaten it.
Do we do a cut insert now
Yeah,
so you
we'll-
guys can also see?
We'll do it. We'll do it.
Okay,
Yeah. Done.
done.
So I had the 4x4, but you were telling me a story about Willoughby's.
Oh, okay. That was a bit of a hectic part, but again, we can cut out and whatnot. So you were telling me, also, you have a vaping problem. Sorry, Dad. Anyway, you've got water on your lungs. Does your father know you've got water on your lungs?
I think it's a good time to talk about it.
Dad, I have water on my lungs.
No, my dad knows
Oh,
that.
he knows
though,
that.
Yeah,
What
my
did-
dad knows everything.
Okay.
So here, shout out to my dad. Hopefully he listens to this one. I did ask him. I asked him on the phone yesterday. He was asking me who is coming on the podcast.
Did you give him my
Obviously.
handle?
So he used to send me memes on Facebook, okay? And then I started sending him those memes and videos and stuff on Instagram. And I was like, Dad, much better medium. Is my coffee okay?
It's absolutely delicious.
Yay.
Is it
Okay.
by Nespresso?
I love
And paid advertising.
Yeah. If Nespresso's brand manager's listening, send us some pods, okay? Or machine. So I didn't send him any handles, but he now is sending me all these like videos of like, you know, the firstborn child, middle child, and the youngest child. There's all those like people make these videos of how
Where do you fit in on that?
I'm the middle child.
Ooh, so you've got...
Middle child syndrome.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
the Lart Lamaki.
Oh, the spoilt brat. Crickets.
I was the surprise.
Okay.
I definitely am my parents' favorite. I think I've bought them, and I'll hear some more Jewish words for you. We're doing a lot of Jewish words in this whole podcast, guys. I've bought them a lot of nachas, which is pride, because they're very proud of me.
God, I can't have a word for that.
Say the word nachas. It
Nachas.
sounds like it's like nachos, but like proud nachos.
Okay.
Nachas. But then you also bought them probably a lot of tzoris, which is like...
Taurus. That sounds like a Torah.
Okay, I see where you get that. But
Okay.
Taurus is like, I think it's like
A star sign.
a little, no, I'm not talking about Taurus, but Taurus.
Taurus.
It's a little bit of like, boy,
Okay.
like a bit of embarrassing for the family what you've done there.
Okay.
Like probably doing something like a little bit crazy.
But I would expect a Lart Lamaki to do that.
Yeah.
You know, my brother was born 14 years after me. He's now 18.
So he's the Lart Lamaki.
He's an only boy from 3 girls.
Wow, shame.
Yeah.
But also like, I grew up with 2 sisters, and I'm stoked I had them as my, like growing up. Like I
So
obviously
you're
would
very
have,
good with women.
one
or
would
had-
think.
Yeah.
But like my 2 sisters, like they're 8 and 10 years older than me.
Okay.
I mean, they did definitely bully the shit out of me when I was a kid. But yeah, it was epic to have 2, growing up with 2 older sisters in my household.
Yeah. Are you still close to them?
Very close. They just came to my 30th.
Oh.
And I was a bit scared because I was like, hey, listen, guys, you don't have to come for 2 days. I know it's going to be a bit hectic. People are going to be partying. And like, I know the music's a little, like everyone is listening to techno. And like, boys, they're going to be like words. There were no words.
Well, did they jawl? Did they actually
jawled.
have the best
No,
time?
they jawled
Okay,
hard.
good.
Very proud of them.
They're passing that boundary.
No, yeah, but I mean, shame. On Saturday at like 12 o'clock, you could see they were sitting on the couch. I was like, and guys, come.
Yeah.
And they were like, boy, we're waiting for it to hit 12 so we can wish you happy birthday, and then we're going to bed. But I was like, they really went out hard
The
on
fact
Friday.
that they were there means
No, it was very-
everything.
yeah, exactly.
So you grew up in Cape Town,
Joburg.
Joburg. I grew up in Pretoria.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretoria girl.
Yeah. I like Pretoria girls. Come on.
I know the song. I'm not going to sing
Yeah.
it.
Just try.
I don't know if I like Pretoria girls.
Well,
Can you
it's
speak?
fine.
Can you speak Afrikaans?
Ek praat 'n bietjie.
Oh, Becky, hey.
You asked me where I was from. I'm answering.
No, I know,
the
but
question.
surely like growing up in Pretoria, I guess there are also English people in Pretoria.
Yes. Yes, Chad, there
Okay,
are.
that was very stupid. That's where the brain turned off. It's only Afrikaans people are allowed to live in Pretoria.
So yeah, you grew up in Joburg.
Yeah, I grew up in Joburg. Went to, where do you think I went? You obviously know.
Crawford.
A Jewish school.
Yeah, I went to a Jewish school too.
What?
Yeah, I learned
Learned Hebrew.
the first 2 years of, no, just joke. Yeah, it was so hilarious. Can you imagine the situation?
Muslim girl in a Jewish school.
No. I mean, so Crawford was something else. Crawford Pretoria was a Jewish school before it was Crawford
Oh,
Pretoria.
wow,
So they were
okay.
still doing. You're still learning the Torah. You go into this little room, and then, and I was also learning Arabic, and
You must have been very confused. It's like, Dad, what's going on?
I know, and then they changed to Crawford. So then
Sure.
we stopped.
Stopped. It was like, we're done.
We're done.
We're done with the Torah.
But the kitchen was like completely
Kosher. Yeah.
and you couldn't mix any of the stuff. So
Well, Jewish people and Muslim people follow like,
very
there's
similar.
Very similar.
We're like brothers and sisters.
That's really cute.
Yeah. So, which school did you go to?
King David.
King David, of course.
King
yeah.
David, Victory Park. And then I studied at UJ for 3 years.
Okay. Isn't that where all?
Yeah, let's hear.
Isn't that where all the people that don't get accepted at
Yeah, look, if you don't get accepted to Wits, you go to
go
UJ.
UJ? Yeah.
But if you don't get accepted to UJ, you go to Varsity College in
Yeah.
Vega. Sorry to all my Varsity College in Vega friends.
I know, but
There's nothing wrong with Varsity College in Vega. I think university's a fucking sham.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I think it was an honest waste of time.
Same.
And I was doing it because, okay, yes, my sister, she did it and everything, but like, we definitely weren't a family of academics.
Yeah.
We were sportsmen. Victor Ladorum over here in grade 6.
What were you playing?
Swimming. Swimming and running.
Yeah.
Yeah, Victor Ladorum, it's not like a sport, it's like a single person victory.
Okay.
Were you a sportsman?
I mean,
Or do you say sportswoman?
I used to swim. I almost did the Midmar Mile.
Ah.
Why are you laughing at me? Do I not
don't
look
know.
like a swimmer?
I don't know.
And I did netball.
Okay.
I was the coach for my netball team.
Cool. I was the coach for the soccer team at
Yeah.
my school. We won not one game.
All the games.
No, we didn't win any
Oh, you
games.
didn't.
No, we didn't win one game.
Okay, fair. So do you?
Probably
still
wasn't the best
swim?
coach.
I used
No,
to.
do I still swim? I don't. But going back to probably one of my hidden talents is that I am a pretty good swimmer.
Okay. Good. to
Butterfly.
know. Your mom told you that.
Butterfly and
Backstroke.
freestyle. Hated backstroke.
Okay.
When I used to do backstroke, I used to pull on the thing to make myself go faster because I was really bad at that stroke.
That's clever.
Clever, but also cheating. You don't want to be a cheater.
Yeah.
That's not a vibe.
And then what did you study at UJ?
Do you want to take a guess?
Film.
Actually, no.
Branding,
One would think.
marketing. Give me
I
three
did.
chances.
Okay, no. Well, you failed on all three. I did entrepreneurial management. So I did
Nice.
finance, economics, stats, and all those subjects that, when I was doing like stats, I was like, how is this going to help me? And then the professor, he was like, Chad, it's problem solving. I was like, yeah, but I'm just like, I can't even do these problems. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I'm ever going to be able to I'm ever going to need this in my life.
Yeah.
And do I need it?
But you do, okay, but the entrepreneurial side, like
The
it's
entrepreneurial
definitely
si-
helping you
Yes,
with
the,
what you're doing
the
right
entrepreneurial side was really cool. I really did enjoy that, and I enjoyed doing business management. And then after being at UJ for 3 years, I was just like, yo,
now. I'm done.
man needs to get the hell out of Joburg. It's killing my creativity. Every chance I had coming to Cape Town, I was just so inspired by like, I wanted to go out. I wanted to take pictures. I wanted to go on adventures. And I was like, yo, I need to come to Cape Town. And then I told my parents, like, okay, the way to get to Cape Town was to say I'm going to do my honours now.
Okay.
So I did my honours at Vega, which honestly was bullshit as well.
Okay. What was your first experience with like the camera and video? When did you realize this was what I want to do?
So when I was younger, I always used to steal my dad's like Sony camcorder, had to put a cassette in there, and I would make my friends come over and we'd like, I'm sure a lot of people used to do it, but we used to film like jackass videos.
Yeah.
And I used to jump off the roof with umbrellas.
Do you still have all this content?
We will overlay all of it.
I'm excited.
Yeah, no, it's great content.
Okay.
We used to build like ramps and like Shane, one of my best friend's brother, like went up the ramp and fell on his neck. And then we were like, geez, did we just kill him now? Like, and he was like this. And he's like,
I don't know why I'm laughing.
time
It's
out.
not okay.
No, it was really funny. We were laughing. And then I was like, the laugh turned into like, that was hectic. You could have broken his neck.
Are you okay? Sit down. Dustin, are you okay? Ow.
You okay?
Where you saw? Jesus
He's
Christ.
broken his neck.
Yo, Dustin, where you saw?
Switch off. No. Switch
Okay,
off.
sorry, goodbye. Sorry, goodbye.
It's a very funny video.
Yeah.
Shame. It's a good boy. But I used to make all those videos, and from those videos of like just filming, that was like the original vlogging days. And I'm talking when we were 8, 9 years old.
And also that time you don't have social media to put it out, so it's like the pure fun.
The
of,
only
like,
thing
actually,
there was MySpace where you could put stuff out, and there
Yeah.
was YouTube. I
But
think.
at 9, I don't think you're
Yeah,
thinking
no.
about MySpace. Yeah.
So after that, then I was going on holidays with my parents. They took me to like Greece. We went to Israel. Then I started like getting this whole travel aspect in, and I'm like now vlogging my travels.
That's so cool. Yeah. Little Chad.
Little Chad.
That's really good content to have now for what you're doing.
I know.
You
I'd love to like add that. Like I've been waiting to add that content like in.
I really want to say this, but
Go. Let's
it's
hear
like
it.
it's like the Kardashians, you know, when they.
No, that's exactly
go
what it was.
back
Me and my
into
family.
Yeah.
But now I'm like reading Spud in Greece in Glyfada on the beach, and all these girls, and this is like 9-year-old Chad, who's probably extremely horny, and now he's seeing girls that are like tits out, ass out, and now I'm with this camera and I'm like reading Spud, but zooming in and going, zzz. And then my sister's going, Chad, what are you doing? I went, nothing, reading Spud.
That is hilarious. I cannot wait to see this
So
content.
yeah, this is quality content that I've never released to the world, because I was like, will I get taken off Instagram if I post this? But it's honestly, it's the funniest.
Yeah.
There's a
Well,
shot
I
of
guess
me
you could
falling.
do like a mashup.
Yeah,
you
and I
know?
think I will.
Yeah.
So there's all that content, and then
There's a shot of you falling.
oh my god, falling down the stairs. Like I've filmed my entire life since I've been 8-9 years old.
That's so cool. I think you're something in the making. I don't know yet. We're gonna to be continued, but I feel like there's something that's about to happen.
I know. Well, listen, I want to take all that content because actually I want to change my name. Ginger with a GoPro.
That's one of my questions, actually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I wanted to know where this name comes from and why.
So on my gap year, I'm traveling with my two
See,
bit.
you're not ginger. You're like ish.
Can you not see these freckles?
I mean, I'll need a zoom lens, yeah.
We've got freckles, we've got red hair, but the hair is turning, it's going like brownish.
Yeah.
But people have come up to me like, you're not even ginger. Like, where do you get ginger with a GoPro? So, I mean, I have told the story, but obviously not everyone knows it. So I was on gap year. We go to La Tamotina, which is a tomato throwing festival in Valencia in Spain.
So cool.
Yeah. Have you heard of it before? Have you heard of
Yeah.
it? So at this time of my life, I've got like a fear of tomatoes. Like,
Sorry.
it's weird. Like the tomatoes, then you like bite it and the juices come out. Oh.
But you don't usually bite tomato. It's usually like
It's
cut
cut,
up
yeah, I
in
know.
a salad.
But now at La Tamotina, it's like
Yes,
these big,
yeah.
big tomatoes.
So they're throwing it at each
So
other.
we're there at 7 o'clock in the morning. Everyone's drunk. We've like downed a whole bottle of vodka between three of us. And now the bus has come through. And I've got a little disposable camera that my mom had given me. Obviously, we had lost our phones, lost our cameras. Didn't obviously take a video camera with me. But we had a disposable. And I thought, okay, well, it's like, if it gets ruined, at least we'll have the pictures. Taking pictures and whatnot, and this guy comes into the crowd, and we're all like up to here in tomatoes, and this guy's wearing a strap around his head
Yeah.
with this little box. It's the GoPro Hero 2,
Wow.
and this little red light's flashing, and he looks at me, and like we like sardines, eh? We like this, and we kind of like stomach to stomach, and I'm looking up at this camera, and I hold it, and I go, bro, what is that thing?
Yeah.
And like this camera's looking at me, and it's like an alien, and it's just flashing, and I'm just like, wow,
You're like
is
super amused.
no,
by it,
I'm like,
yeah.
just like, this oak is recording his life point of view. Like, this is the sickest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, before, I'd always, like, you'd hold a camera like this, right? Because it had the strap around, the screen would flip out like an old school
Yeah.
camera. And he looks at me, he's a Spanish dude, and he goes, bro, it's a GoPro. And he turns into the crowd and he disappeared. And then my life flashed before my eyes. And all I could think about was, bro, it's a GoPro, you know?
That is brilliant.
And I'm just like, and also my friends were like somewhere else in the crowd. And then I see my friends are like, bro, what's up? Where were you? I'm like, guys, you don't
my
understand.
life has just changed.
You don't understand what I just saw. This guy had a GoPro and he's recording his whole experience point of view. Like, I need that in my life. And I came back like a couple of months later. I mean, I nearly died in Budapest. I had an operation on my neck here. I had a virus in my blood and I had like a big golf ball on my neck.
God.
Yeah, I had to go for an emergency operation.
In Budapest.
Yeah. And the doctor, Dr. Sarah, I go for an emergency CAT scan. First of all, I walked to the hospital because, like, you know, gap year budget. And
This was after you left school.
yeah. So this is like now on gap year,
Yeah.
worked in Israel 3 months, worked on a summer camp in America for 3 months, backpacked through Europe for 3 months.
Wow.
But like we were like Eastern Europe vibe, eh? So we were like Bulgaria, we got robbed in Romania. We landed up in Budapest.
Such amazing life experience.
It was insane. Yeah. It really was. But then things went south in Budapest.
So you're walking to the hospital.
And Dr. Sarah's like, I'm like lying on a couch and there's this old lady in front of me and I'm just drinking the free tea because I'm loving the tea. Because, you know, again, gap year budget. And it's also soothing my throat. Also, I had like an Augmentin pill lodged in my throat because I thought, let me take the Augmentin pill and it will kill the infection. But that got stuck because my larynx was dislocated.
Yeah. Oh, whoa.
And this chick goes, the old lady goes, no, this boy must go before me. That's my Budapest accent. I don't know if you could tell.
I mean, I've never actually heard one, so I can't judge it.
This little boy must go before
Can
me.
you tell the rest of the story in this accent?
Yeah, basically, Dr. Sarah, she see me, and she said, Chad, you go for CAT scan. And I go for CAT scan, you know.
By the way, I hate CAT scans.
No, they put, Chad, we're going to inject you now with the iodine. And now I'm sounding Russian. It's very weird. And you know, Chad, now the iodine is going to go in you and you're going to heat up.
And it
then
goes down to like your belly and
hectic.
stuff.
It's like
so
this weird
bad.
sensation, and I'm like, geez, I'm like 18 in this hospital in Budapest. I've like called my friends. They think I'm joking because I said, guys, I'm having an operation in Budapest.
Oh my God, yeah.
And anyway, long story short, Dr. Sarah comes out and she says, Chad, I have bad news. You have a lot of pus in your neck. So I'm like, what did you just say? Chad, there's pus in your neck. And I'm like, I love this. This is hilarious. But like, this is fatal at this point in time.
of course. Your life is a danger.
She goes, Chad, this is very fatal. You can die. We do operation now. I said, dude, are you just? We're doing the operation here in Budapest.
Yeah.
I will be going. I'm still going to Amsterdam. We've got a festival. We're going to Amsterdam. Then we're going to London. Then we've got this. We've got this.
I have plans, Doctor.
I have plans, Dr. Sarah.
Yeah.
I've got a life to live. And she goes, well, Chad,
Chad. Too much pause.
Chad, the pus in your neck, it's fatal. So at this point, she now says to me, you have to have the operation. I phoned my mum and dad.
Of course you have to. I mean, you need to know,
I'm like, guys, listen, I'm having an operation. My boy.
Oh.
Jewish mother.
Yeah, of course.
Anyway, had the operation there. I was in hospital for 2 weeks. It was very hectic. But I live to tell the tale. Oh, sorry, going back to the GoPro.
But that was a side note, which I love that story.
Little side note, if you want to
because you
add that in.
survived.
I survived, yeah. I'm the boy that lived.
The boy that lived.
Harry Potter.
Yes.
Anyway, going back.
GoPro.
So then I go, it's Swedish House Mafia. It's their last tour. It's 2013, H2O. Were you there?
No.
Oh, yeah, you weren't allowed to party.
I wasn't allowed to party. Even though we're the same age. I literally only went to a proper party at 23.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I know. I think it's good. I think
from 18 to 23, you were like a family.
I was a late bloomer.
Yeah, late bloomer.
I was a late bloomer, but now
But geez, you should see you now.
He doesn't really know me, guys.
But anyway, it's 2013, Swedish House Mafia last tour. I decided to buy a GoPro with a little bit of cash that I have left from gap year because I had to leave early. And I buy this GoPro. It's 3,500 Rand. It's the GoPro Hero Silver. So now, just for context, we are now on the GoPro 12 or the 11 or the 12, whatever we're on, which costs like 10,000 Rand.
Wow.
Buy this GoPro. I record my entire day point of view from waking up to eating Cocoa Pops for breakfast to going to pre-drinks. The bus, the jaw,
all of it.
The girls.
Okay.
I'm joking. But big vibe. I put this on YouTube. You guys can also insert this if you want.
Yes, we go definitely.
20,000 views. At the time, 10 years ago.
That was big. That was massive.
This is viral.
Yeah.
I was the only person at Ultra Music Fest, at Swedish House Mafia who had the GoPro that recorded this. So this like kind of went like viral.
Right time, right place, right equipment.
And to have 20,000 views 10 years ago, you were like, that like is like 1 million views. Like if I have to get 20,000 views now, I think, oh, that's like a little bit.
Even this podcast gets about 20,000 views. But we're gonna
see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I'm just saying, like 20,000 views 10 years ago was like basically 1 million.
Yeah.
I think.
I know. I think so
think
too.
it is.
I think at that time, I mean, not everyone was on the internet like we are now. So
Yeah.
that was big. You were the first one to have the GoPro, so or the only person there with.
I think there was
GoPro.
Chris Rogers, but like we won't talk about that.
Okay, that's fine. So, anyways, you're at this thing. You put this video out, and how did the name come about?
Oh, okay. So then I'm like, now I've like put this video out. Everyone's saying, Chad, you're so cool. You had the GoPro. When are you going to bring it to the next party? Then I started going to places and like using the GoPro everywhere and like taking a lot of pictures. And I started becoming like an extreme longboarder. Like the GoPro forced me to be more adventurous, like to get out, to go do cool things. Also, like then I got Instagram. You
What
know,
year?
2013.
13.
Like if you go look at my previous images, it's like me at like a trance party or me like taking pictures of my Havianas.
I really wanted to go all the way back down to your
It was
like
a mission.
first post, but like you had so many where I was
You
just
should go.
like,
You should go.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna
Jeez,
dig.
you proper did a full stalk, eh?
I had to. I mean, I needed to know you a little bit, but I mean, we are very similar.
So then after I do all of this,
Crickets.
so after I do all of this, I decided to just change my name from Chad Nathan to Ginger with a GoPro. And that just stuck for 10 years.
Why Ginger with a GoPro?
Because I'm ginger.
And do you know, just for you, I brought my pink sunglasses.
Well, they're
But they're
black,
not-
dude. Ooh.
They're not as cool as yours. I'm gonna have a try on. Just give them a bit of.
Where
feel.
from? Insert brand promotion tag here.
Cotton on.
Yo! Aren't you sponsored by Cotton On?
I am.
Are you
but
really?
not for this episode.
Oh.
But yes, I am.
Aren't like
And they,
you're like an influencer, eh?
I
Hate
think,
the word. Can we talk about the word?
Yes, let's do that. Because I'm not an influencer.
Can we also just talk about the setting with us and our pink glasses on?
Yeah, I think this is a good moment for you to read.
Am I reading something?
Yeah. Well, you don't have to.
I don't mind reading something. Sorry, is this rude for me to take my phone out?
No. Wait, we need your name. I want to look cool.
Guys, can we just say she got the pink glasses because I've got the pink glasses.
Can we do that again?
Why?
Because I thought I was taking a photo, so I like posed.
I know, it must be awkward now.
Okay. So then let's just be awkward. So yeah, I got the pink sunglasses.
Guys, wear your pink sunglasses. Don't know if... Did you not get the memo?
I love how we actually live right now. And this is actually live.
Oh, it's so funny. My mom goes, "Boy, are you going on a podcast?" I go, "Yeah." She goes, "Where can I watch?" Shame. She's
We're
big.
gonna send her a special link.
She is.
For Mama.
She is
before
a
it
big
goes
supporter.
live. Oh. Can we give her a shout out?
Shout out to you, Caxi. I'm sorry if you didn't really like my shroom story that I posted online last night.
Ooh, fire. Okay, but what's her name?
Karen.
Karen. I'm also giving you a shout out just because you, Chad's mama.
She is awesome. Shame she gets really shy in front of the camera. I think because there are a few thousand people that follow me, and she's like, "Boy, I don't want your people to see me like this."
Yeah.
And like she really says funny shit, and I'm just like, "Ma, this is great." So I actually want to get the glasses
With the camera.
so she doesn't know I'm recording
Yeah.
her. Because that's when people are their most natural self and like funny.
Yeah.
As soon as the camera's on her, she's like, no.
Yeah.
She like does this weird thing with her hair. So she's like,
I actually find that with me too. So we're going to speak about influencers because we really have to. And I have another question for you that popped into my mind yesterday. But what are, like, for me, it's a question that I was asking, but I want to ask you now, like, what do you feel like you're actually adding value to people with your content, and how do you define? Because I think you're a very authentic self, and I think you have this power to switch on a camera and just speak, which takes time for a lot of people to be that person. You want to speak so
I
bad.
know, I just want to
Go.
speak. I need to go now. I've been just so used to the camera on me where I was
Yeah.
doing it before it was cool, you know?
Yeah.
So when like Snapchat was around before Instagram story in 2016, I was putting myself on Snapchat story and growing a following on Snapchat. And then when Insta Story came out in 2016, I was like, I already had more followers on Instagram. I was like, wow, this is like my avenue now to like really make an impact. And
Yeah.
not to say I always wanted to be like this influencer because I hate that word, but I wanted to be a travel content creator and go to all these places around the world.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of people put on like a facade and like they really not their real selves
Yeah,
on
it's
Instagram.
like a created reality, right? And that's something I'm struggling with. And I think I answered my own question when asking it, where I said you just switch on the camera and that's how you're adding value, by teaching authenticity. So no one can really copy and paste that,
Exactly,
right? Because
being
you've
real,
been you.
but being real and raw.
Yeah.
And that's what I think, you know, hopefully I've been able to inspire people to be real and raw and authentic.
Yeah.
And that's what's led me to a lot of success with a lot of brands and working on massive projects. But again, it's also led me to like, you know, a lot of challenges where people would be like, yo, that guy's way too authentic. He's way too raw,
A
you
bit
know?
of pushback from some people
Some
that
brands,
can't.
some brands are like, I can't work with that guy because, you know, he says Jesus a lot on Instagram and like, I'm a religious Christian and I can't, like, I won't work with someone like
And
that.
how do you deal with that? Do you pick and choose your projects now?
Yeah, of course. No, projects come in all the time. I mean, of course, if I really want a project, I will go and reach out. Like when it's like something that's like so far out of my reach where I'm thinking they'll never reach out to me,
You'll go and chase it.
Of course, I'll send my media kit, I'll introduce who I am. Hey guys, like I use your product. Like I'll only work with people that resonate with me. I'm not going, like in the past, obviously, starting out, brands say, hey Chad, come promote our product. We're going to pay you 10,000 Rand. And I'm like, fuck, I don't even use that product, but in. So yes, a little bit of a sellout, but I was learning.
Yeah, at
And
least
like
you're also open about it now.
Of course.
You know, but I think if I had to ask you that question now, would you work with a brand that you're not like 100% for money?
Listen,
Would you?
if it's completely, have I ever used the brand? Okay, that's the first thing I need to look at. If it's something that I've never even thought of or need, then I'd say no.
Yeah.
But then I also have to look from a monetary point of view where I'm also running a business here, and I can, let's say they're going to pay me 100,000 Rand. I probably am going to do it, but I'm going to tell my followers, guys, I've never used this brand before. I'm new to this, just like you're new to this, and I want to show you the benefits of it. So let's say it actually does benefit me, then amazing. But if I do this whole thing and I find out, fuck, this doesn't actually even work, this is all bullshit, and now I am being a proper sellout here, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't want to put people through something like that.
I agree. And I think, again, that's your, like you're saying now, you would first check in with you would be authentic to it. So when it comes your way, you're like, cool, I haven't tried it, but I'm going to check it out.
Like, I'll tell you something, and I won't mention the brand. I don't know if I can tell the story, but maybe you guys can cut it if it doesn't work.
Beep.
So
Beep.
a brand says to me, we want to take you to Tomorrowland. All expenses paid.
Okay.
Do you vape? And I'm like, and I really don't vape. I actually
Good for you.
I hate vaping.
Good.
Do you vape?
No, we have to get back to my story.
Oh, sorry, go back to your story.
I vaped a lot. No, I want to hear this. I vaped a lot, and it led me to a very bad place. But anyways, continue.
So basically, Chad, do you vape? I was like, I guess like I do smoke, like rollies and stuff.
Are you a Rolly guy?
A little bit.
Okay.
Don't tell that to Discovery Health Insurance. Though.
Crickets.
But anyway, they were like, do you vape? And I was like, yeah, I guess I do vape. Like, cool, then we want to bring you to an all-expenses paid trip to Tomorrowland. Flights. Just have to like be in our interviews and you have to post about it. And I'm like, fuck, I mean, that does really sound cool. But like, I'm also going on an insane trip to South America where like, I'd rather be traveling the world and seeing new countries than going to Tomorrowland to like kind of just because it's an all expenses paid trip.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm not getting paid. Like this is the like, does this sound bratty? Like I'm now getting paid to travel and paid to go places, and I'm kind of be like, how much are you paying me to be there?
Yeah,
like
but
those words I thought in my life would never come out my mouth. They say, Chad, we're sending you to Belgium to a festival with the best DJs in the world, and there I am thinking, but how much are you paying me to be there? Does that not sound insane?
No, I don't think it sounds insane because I think, again, coming back to this influencer world that we live in, like you need to make money ultimately. We need to sustain our
Exactly.
lives, like our livelihood. Maybe I'm not an influencer, but like you need to sustain it, you know, and people that I know, you have to discern, yes, someone who's starting out, maybe that's a good
That's cool.
opportunity to build their portfolio, but someone who is already established, like it's not your key interest to be at this place.
Well, listen,
and
it's all opportunity cost. What am
Yeah.
I giving up to be there for a week of my life? And most probably, like, it's going to take
Burning Man, different story.
Burning Man different.
Yeah.
I was offered to
agree.
go there as well. Might go.
I'm going.
Can I join?
Sure.
Whose camp are you in? You don't
We'll
have a camp.
chat after.
That's for the hot tub.
Yes.
Cool.
So basically, you're not supposed to know about the hot tub yet.
Oh,
but
sorry.
now that we're talking about it, do you want to go on an adventure
Right now.
after the podcast?
Oh yes, I would love that.
Okay, we're gonna go into. a hot
I'm like so
tub.
warm in here, and I'm like, geez, it's gonna be so freezing cold outside.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about your vaping problem.
Yes. Okay, we'll go back there, but I'm gonna keep it so short.
Yeah, cool.
I don't have a problem, but
Yeah.
this is good for the kids to listen to.
Yeah.
I feel so weird talking about it now, but I will. They basically found water in my lungs. I was quite sick after my best friend's wedding, and they didn't know what it was. And that's when I did my CAT scan or CT scan. I had to do it twice. So I go in for the first one, and then it's like that powder going in. You feel so weird, blah, blah, blah. And they were doing it for my stomach, but then they found water in my lungs. And then they did all these tests. They tested for wild things like heart failure, TB.
And you're thinking, I'm 31. How is this,
I know.
How is this happening to me in my
And
life?
then like taking out like containers of blood from my body, and I'm just, I cannot. I
But
get
this is why I saw this chick on TikTok, and she cannot breathe because of vaping. And she's like trying to be like this activist where she's like, guys, I thought it was cool. I smoked a million of these things, and I literally am like, I can't breathe without this like device now. This is my life.
Whoa, That's
So like
quite
whenever I
scary.
see like people now like vaping, even though I am like smoke rollies and
Yeah. And the thing is, I find it so hard to stop, like, because the addiction. So I think it's like a proper, like, you have to go on some sort of program to get off this stuff.
well,
That's
what's
how
that?
addictive.
That cigarette guy, the Alan Carr program. Have you heard of it?
No, but you can send it to me
Yeah, I'll link the link over here.
over here.
We should get like an affiliate code.
Yeah. Pay us.
That's our thing, honestly, with anything now. Affiliate code?
Going from Facebook to Instagram to TikTok, how do you learn so fast? And how do you adapt to these new
You have to
technologies?
adapt, and you have to follow trends. And that's why I've also been so, I feel like, listen, I wouldn't say I'm the most successful in Instagram, but like I've definitely, found out how the algorithm works. And, I've tested, okay, this is what works, this is what doesn't work. Like going from TikTok, which, I had like 10 TikTok videos blow up, 5 million views, 3 million views. So that led me to over 70,000 followers. And before, like, I didn't really care about TikTok, but I knew it was important to be on it.
Yeah.
And then brand deals started coming in to say, Chad, like, we want you to post on TikTok, we're paying you X. And I was like, what? Like
That's
before I
cool.
was offering brands, hey, I'll do it for like,
Yeah,
$5
yeah,
grand.
yeah.
And they're like,
Love
this
it when
other
a brand comes to you. And
brand
tells
comes to me and like, hey, we're paying you
Yeah.
30,000 Rand. I'm like, for TikTok? What?
Yeah.
And then I was like, started taking my TikTok more seriously. But also, TikTok's a platform for me where yes, I'm real and raw on Instagram, but still kind of polished in
Yeah.
terms of like, but I don't know how to explain it. TikTok, it's like, okay, it's one take done.
Yeah.
Also, Instagram is one take
It's
done,
hard,
but it's
isn't
like,
it hard to create content because it's different? You can't be creating the same.
I kind of do post the same content,
Okay.
but like maybe I'll post more behind the scenes on TikTok because I can see people will get annoyed with your content if you've got
The same.
40 stories, People will, the first like 5 stories will have like a lot of thousands of views, and then people start losing traction
Yeah.
unless you're like in a taxi in Pakistan with like people that you don't
Oh my
know.
God, can we actually talk about this? This is incredible. So I only started following you like a couple of months ago. No
Who told you to
offense.
follow my page?
I think I just stumbled over the Pakistan stuff actually, or before. I can't remember. But anyways, I'll tell you how other people told me about your page because I've been asking my friends. So a lot of them started following you in lockdown because you would do interesting videos and they would get their news from you.
Yeah, I was like a
And-
gonzo journalist in lockdown, just reporting
cool.
the lockdown for
Just because you needed to
South
be outside.
Africa,
Chad needed to have his GoPro. So back to Pakistan. I wanted to ask you, what has been your best project to work on? Would you say this is one of them? Or
Well, Pakistan wasn't really a project to work on. It was more for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew I was going to India to film a gap year, like to film this gap year program called Awesome. which I've been doing for the last 4 years, where they've taken me literally around the world. Like, I've literally been to Europe 4 times with them, like all over Europe, all over Israel, all over India as well. And India for me is honestly...
So they're a client.
They're a client of mine. And India for me is honestly, it's changed my life. It's the best place for me in the world. The people, they're so humble, they're so kind, they're so hospitable. Like, it's like these people have nothing, yet they are always smiling.
So happy.
And they are so happy. And they're so happy to see you. And they just like want to take pictures with you. And yes, it gets a bit much, but then like, you know, just taking that picture with
they
them.
didn't want to take pictures with me. I think you're just lucky about that part. But I agree in the sense that they would...
Guy called me
they
Michael
can't.
Jackson. You know, he's like, you look like Michael Jackson. I'm like, really? Do I? Do I really look like him?
Was this in rural India?
This was in Varanasi.
I also love that you just embrace the culture, and I think you were fearless in doing that, like just going on the trains. You know, it's
Oh,
not
my
like an
word.
easy... My mom made us do that once, where we had to go on a train to the village. You know, your first classes, it's questionable, but there were these little white mice that were like running
On the train.
On the train. And I think being able to see that side of India, I'm not just talking like just being on that train and like sleeping on the, and being able to document that, again, the authenticity
Were you
is
top,
just,
top bunk, middle,
yeah,
or bottom?
Yeah, I was in the top.
Oh, cool.
But the mouse ran all the way to the top. So.
Oh, my word. That was crazy. So listen, I knew I was going to India, so I was like, okay, well, I want to, you know, my goal is to see every country in the world. So at the moment, I've done 43. And I was like, okay, let me go see Pakistan. So I flew into Lahore, because Islamabad sounded quite scary. Honestly, I was like, well, Islamabad sounds a bit scary, so let me fly into Lahore.
Well, also, just before you carry on, sorry, I keep cutting you, but I'm interested. Apparently, when you enter Pakistan, you can't go into India. Was that also an issue for you?
Well, Indian people can't visit Pakistan, and Pakistani people can't visit India.
So how did you manage that?
Well, okay, I've got a South African and a Lithuanian passport, but if you're a tourist, you can visit both, right?
So you're in you go to Lahore.
I go to Lahore because Islamabad sounded quite scary. But when I went to Lahore, if I tell you, I did not have an itinerary, I didn't have a plan, I didn't know where I was sleeping. So I get there and I meet a man named Sikandar, who has a little man who's got a literal monobrow, unibrow, whatever you want to call it. And he's like, my friend, I help you? And I was like, oh, no, bro, it's fine. Like, I just want to like find a Starbucks, sit down, do some work, maybe find a hotel. He goes, no Starbucks here. Like, I take your bag. I'm like, bro, like, I feel like he's this guy, a con artist. Is he going to like take me? Am I going to be kidnapped? Because this is what the media has painted, you know? Like, this is what you think. Everyone's a terrorist in Pakistan. It's sad to think that, but this is how people think. And I'm like, okay, shame. Like, this little man, like, what's he going to do? So I'm like, okay, yes, you can help me. He says, okay, well, you don't have money and they don't accept cards, so I'll pay for your coffee. There's no Wi-Fi here, so I'll hotspot you. So I thought, geez, this guy is the sweetest person ever. He goes, and I would like to be your tour guide for today because you said you don't know what to do. I said, bro, done. I trusted him.
Yes.
He became my tour guide. He dropped me at this, not the nicest hotel, but he found a place for me to stay. He took me to like 1 or 2 mosques. He took me to 1 or 2 viewpoints, and we went for lunch together. We went for dinner together.
Sweet.
It's because otherwise, what was I going to do in Lahore?
Yeah.
I still felt a little bit nervous to walk around. I didn't know what the vibe was. And he was just really the sweetest person, and he changed my whole perspective of like
the people.
And then I started meeting more people, and I was like, wait a minute, everyone's normal.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not
It's not
scared.
what the media paints it out to be. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and after that, then I went to Islamabad, which was a little bit like more hectic. And I stayed in this place called Khurdada Heights, which was in a hostel in an apartment building. The apartment building looked like it was out of Call of Duty. It looked like it was hit by a bomb. And I'm just like, okay, this is where I get taken. Like, okay, fine. Lahore was fine, but now I'm in like Islamabad, which sounds scary. And this guy, Harris, is like, Shabzi with big black beard is coming to get you. And I'm like, okay, this is happening. It's happening. But I thought I was clever because I document everything, where I am, who I'm with.
Yeah.
So I'm on Instagram like, guys, I'm here in Khurdada Heights, apartment 504 on the 5th floor. Just go up 1 level.
Just making sure everyone
And I
knows
post
where you
it.
are.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, well, you know, if I get taken, that was my last scene, you know?
Yeah,
I thought it was quite clever. But anyway,
I think
again,
it is.
I meet Shabzi, who's the sweetest little guy with a big black beard. And yeah, that was my start to my whole adventure through Islamabad. And then I went to Hunza. I took a 15-hour taxi, a shared taxi,
Stop.
front seats with 4 guys that didn't speak one word of English.
You were on your own.
Yeah.
That's so nice. I feel
Really,
like
I put
travel opens your mind tremendously, and
You also do a
grow
lot of
so
solo
much.
travel, hey?
I love traveling.
I tell people, like when people say like, Chad, how do you do it?
I just need
Aren't you scared? And of course I'm scared.
I need a travel boyfriend so I can get all my photos.
Oh, do you struggle with your
Just joking.
photos?
No, I think if I'm not documenting, I'm a writer. I can write things
Mm-hmm.
down, but I can't. I'm not gonna be like. That's why I admire you. Like you're literally able to take your phone and go, "Hey guys, blah blah blah."
But like I
Yes.
also admire you for like a podcast. This is also not easy.
Yeah.
But I guess you're also good at speaking a lot of
It
shit.
came with you, yeah.
But then you also speak about real life things. I've seen your other podcasts.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's important. I think sharing stories are important. And also people know you as Ginger with a GoPro. Like, you know, people in conversation, oh, have you seen Ginger with a GoPro? But no one knows your story.
Yeah.
Like, why, how, when, what?
And as you just said that, I was discussing this with another girl a few nights ago. It's like your stories can really help people. And even though you keep them like to yourself, you don't know what it's going to do for other people.
Yeah, it's like people that also want to start filming and getting out there. And, you know, there's so many talented people in South Africa, in the world. What advice would you give to these people?
You just got to put yourself out there and get over the fear of what people think. And as soon as you get over that fear and you like, you know, in the beginning, my friends would like message me. These are my best friends. Brew, how could you post that? Oh my God, you did that. And then like you start second guessing yourself and you like your confidence gets shattered. And then you start thinking, okay, wait, maybe I should delete that.
Yeah.
Maybe I
yeah.
did say something wrong. Maybe I am going to get I've never done anything to jeopardize like my business or like my image or anything to say anything bad like that. And I would never. But like maybe there have been a few questionable things, but I've done it because I think like I've put it like I don't care.
Yeah.
And as soon as like I got over that, like even in the beginning years, like what my friend said, I was like, you know what? These guys, they don't have the balls to put themselves out there. Listen, I'm not saying everyone needs to put themselves out there on social media. Like everyone.
I think you have such a valid point though, because if like Gio, my producer, I'm gonna give him a shout out. He knows me from season 1, like how I
Insert face, yeah. Turn the camera.
it's all about action and the doing. So like if you're not doing and moving and you're worried about what people are gonna say, you're not gonna achieve anything.
Exactly. So that's definitely my advice. Put yourself out there. Be a bit more consistent. I should say to myself, be a bit more consistent. You try, be consistent. You know, look at you. You're doing podcast after podcast. It's hard work.
Consistency is key.
It is, but you know, they say consistency beats talent every time. So you can be the most talented filmmaker, but if you're out there every single day showing up, putting in the work, you're going to improve after you've done 200 videos and you're going to become a boss at it. And you're going to become well known because the algorithm is favoring consistency rather than talent.
Totally. Yeah. This podcast episode is going to go viral. I'm affirming. Anyways, I wanted to know, you spoke about film. That's when I started following you. I lied. When you had the movie.
Oi, don't link the movie. No, link the movie.
Link the movie.
That's why
you made a movie.
I know, shame. To my cousin Dev, who filmed it, Devon, LA, filmmaker, legend, first cousin.
Shout out to Dev.
Shout out to Dev. Absolute, like, legend. But, like,
I just watched a trailer and
I'm
I
just
thought it
saying,
was
being
cool.
in the movie, like, I said to him, bro, I'm not an actor. Even though maybe I come across as, like, this person who can act.
Devon, I'm an actress.
We could have used you. Devon's thing is he always uses people that are close to home, where I said, Dev, use someone who's a professional, who like, and you can see the difference.
Yeah.
He's like, bro, no one can play you. You are your own person. I also hated the fact that he used my fucking name.
I want to watch this. Can we do a screening?
Yeah, you should have come to my premiere.
Well, I didn't know you at this time.
Jeez,
so.
premiere was lit.
I have the last couple of questions, but we're still going to talk shit. which I love about this podcast because it's. Okay,
Do you like my rings?
I do.
Was it too hectic for a guy to wear too many rings?
No. I also want to play you a song called Nails.
I actually got my nails done the other day.
Yeah, I know, and that's why I want to play the song for you. Okay. So, what do your followers not know about you?
Well, I honestly think I've literally put everything out on social
Good.
media. Like, you know exactly who I am, what I do. So there's nothing I think my followers don't know about me. I'm just trying to think.
Crickets.
Crickets. They know everything.
And there is one more question that I wanted to ask, but this ocean is very distracting.
Maybe I cry in a lot of movies.
That's sweet.
Mm.
So you're a softie.
I am a softie at heart.
And for those watching or listening, Chad is the most eligible Jewish bachelor in South Africa.
Hey, yo.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna actually show you the video.
Of nails.
Yes.
Who sings it?
Saint Levant. Do you know him?
No. Can I
He's
see this cue card vibe? I love
Yeah.
the branding.
Thank you. Which one do you want?
It's like a magic trick.
Yeah.
Where do you get the name Undeniably You from? Where did it come from? I feel like you have done that on a podcast, eh?
No, I'm just thinking if I could share the story. So, okay, so my best friend from LA.
Very nice cards.
Thank you. My best friend. Take that one. My best friend from LA. I don't know if I'm going to finish my sentence.
Yeah?
She. No, don't get distracted.
Oh, sorry.
She. We were like running names by each other. And she was said undeniably us or I don't know, something like that. And then I went out one night and I was chatting to some of my friends. And then Dirk, so shout out to Dirk, the director. Don't know if you know him.
Yeah, Dirk van Niekerk.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I
And
know
then he
Dirk.
was just like, undeniably you. And I was like, done, because my branding needed to be out. Everything needed to be out the next day. I was just like, gone. So yeah, I mean, I don't...
It's hard, hey?
Looking
Coming
back,
up with a name,
it's so hard.
branding, the brand identity, and...
My fashion brand's going to be easy. It's just my surname.
Oh, yeah, your
Valley.
fashion brand. How did it go at Jenna's the other day?
Great. So that's my other brand. I have two brands.
Wow,
Yeah.
look at you.
The fashion brand's going to be an
She's got a
upcycle
podcast,
luxury
she's got
fashion.
two brands, she's going to burn.
I'm going
Is
to
this-
launch my brand in LA in July.
That's big. That's when you know you've also like made it. Like you're not even launching in Cape Town. You've got a whole entire another like life in LA.
Yeah.
And
I'm very excited.
And New York? Are you going to?
I'm going to New York, and so we'll chat after. But let me show you this nail video. But before...
Don't know if I like this whole we'll chat after.
Okay, we'll drop it then. Okay. I don't know why I thought of you when I listened to the song. So this guy is from Palestine. But he...
Ooh. I think I saw him the other day on TikTok. He's insane.
Yeah.
Does he also speak a bit of French?
Yes.
Fuck, he's brilliant.
Do you want to see it?
Yeah.
So I don't know why I thought of you. So we can cut this in somehow. We'll show them the video. But our reaction to the video. Where is it?
Oh.
It's literally, I played every...
And he's with Mia Khalifa.
Yes! How do you know it?
Because I came across him and I'm like, where's this guy from? And it's
Okay,
like,
but-
he's from Gaza. And I was like,
Maybe-
sure, dude's fucking made it.
We can listen to this in the hot tub, maybe.
Ooh.
Because Chad's up for an adventure.
Was that like the interlude to hot tub scene now?
Yeah, I just wanted to show it to you.
Yeah, I like it.
Do you like me? Thanks. Here we go. Okay.
Okay, stay behind the mics.
Stay by the mics.
Stay behind the mics.
Oh, stay behind the mics. Sorry.
What did you think I said?
Look at Mia Khalifa.
She's porn star, hey?
Yeah. It's such a vibe. Gonna have to play this. Visa.
What a fucking legend.
Such a vibe. Like, literally makes me want to dance.
He showed his dad, and his dad was like, why are your nails painted? This is embarrassing to the family. And he goes, wait till I tell my dad I've got Mia Khalifa, the porn star, in my video. That's proper haram.
But I love what he's doing. He's breaking boundaries.
Insane. Is him and Mia Khalifa, are they...
No, they're not together. I love these questions though. It's like you're not listening to the song, which I love the most.
No, because I'm just also interested. Like, this is a guy from Gaza who is now living in... Where's he living?
I guess Paris, but he grew. I don't know his story.
I went onto his story. It's like from
Okay.
Gaza.
Yeah.
And now living in Paris.
Genuinely just love the song because it's a vibe.
Okay. I'm more interested. How does he have Mia Khalifa
Okay,
in
maybe
his
we should get him on the podcast. But Mia Khalifa is not dating him.
Okay.
He's trying to go like, we're cool because Mia Khalifa is also from Palestine. So maybe it's...
Is she?
Yes.
And she's a porn star.
Well, think about what they had to go through probably to get to where they are.
A lot.
Crickets. Chad
Has
Nathan.
this been a good podcast?
Chad Nathan,
Yeah?
can I exit before we end? Does your mother only call you Chad Nathan?
My mother? Call me Chad Nathan. Do you know what my middle name is?
No.
Take a guess. It's with a J.
Jared.
It's weird to have like 3 first names, eh?
Jelly baby. Janiqua.
Juniper.
Stop it. Show
Chad
me,
Juniper Nathan.
show me your ID. Sorry, if your stage name is not going to be Juniper, we cannot be friends. Oh my god.
How's that model face? Inserts, just cover my ID number.
Guys, I'm confirming it's Juniper.
It's quite embarrassing. I don't really tell many people about it. But this podcast is small. You don't have many monthly listeners, eh? That was horrible.
This photo is going on to the podcast now just because you said that.
I'm joking, babes.
So my
Have I lost a credit card? Wait.
So the outro is not going to be a special anymore.
I really did. I thought that was funny. That was
Juniper, Nathan.
also June, because I was born in the month of June.
What's your star sign?
Oh, yeah. Do we have the same star sign?
What's your star sign?
Well, Gemini.
I'm a Capricorn.
Crickets.
Anyways, they used to hate on my nails, but now I'm sitting here with Chad, Nathan, Juniper. And so thank you for your time.
Are we done?
And I'm doing an outro for my podcast, if you will allow me, because Jesus. I'm not allowed to say Jesus. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna do. I wanted to show you the house.
Okay,
Do you want to
cool.
read? Do you want to read my out? Do you want to read?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Was I supposed to read the outro?
So just this sentence, and then Bingley.
Okay. Thank you for... Why's the camera stop?
Oh.
Thank you for having me, first of all. I had a great time. Was a bit nervous, but I thought that
You had your teeth cleaned for me. I'm very impressed. For a podcast that doesn't have that many likes or followers,
Guys, these teeth got cleaned, eh?
those teeth got cleaned.
Okay. I am reading... Where am I reading from? Because I'm seeing Mikasa.
Just this season.
Join us today as we capture the essence of luxury at the iconic Bingley Place in Camps Bay, Cape Town.
Which he shot before.
This exquisite 5-star self-catering villa offers awe-inspiring ocean views and panoramic vistas of Table Mountain from every room. Nestled above the secluded Bali Bay beach, this sounds like my Bombers for speech. This 5-bedroom retreat is a mere stroll away from the vibrant Camps Bay beach and promenade.
That's it.
What a place. We love Bingley. Look at this view.
Are you ready for... I think the sun's out now, so I think it's perfect. Are you ready to get into a hot tub?
We're getting into a hot tub?
Don't act surprised.
Can't wait.
And yeah, all the outro stuff. Thanks for being
Yeah.
on my podcast and all your time, and you're a legend.
You're a legend. What a fucking vibe.
I think we're going to be good friends.
I'm keen to start this relationship
Yeah, me
now.
too.
Like
Guys, like friendship.
friendship. Or relationship.
They used to hate on my nails. How insecure.
You like that?
This season, we are changing it up. We are shooting at the iconic Bingley Place and Villa Ravenstein. These amazing locations are managed by Mikasa Property Management. Mikasa Property Management is a luxury holiday rental management company based in Camps Bay, Cape Town. They give homeowners and landlords in Cape Town freedom by taking all aspects of management off their hands while maximizing their rental property income.